It is so great catching up with my next guest. It has been a bit, but what a big opportunity he's got here this Saturday, taking on Christian Turner. Aries Fight Series, I should say, 30 this Saturday, and it's going to be live on Spectation Sports. It is David Robbins joining me here on the program. David, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. It's good to see you back. Of course, you and I have done a number of interviews over the years. It's good to talk to you now. You've amassed quite the record here at 7-2, but we haven't seen you in a bit. Without going into too much detail, why haven't we seen you in the cage since January of 2022?
I was just burned out, I had my last fight with Trevor Peek, and at the time I didn't have any training partners or anything like that. I'm not making any excuses for it because Trevor beat me or whatever. But I was burned out. I didn't really have the resources I need, like a good team behind me and everything like that. And since then, I just needed to take some time away. I had a bunch of fights. If you look at my record, I had a bunch of fights in a very short time period.
Yeah.
And I just burned out. I just needed a little break, but I'm good to go now.
So batteries are recharged. Why was now the right time to come back? Was it just the opportunity, or was it just you felt like this was the right time to compete again?
Well, I've actually been training for a little while. I've been training for a while now, but I was unsure of it. I was staying in shape and stuff like that. But I did a jiu-jitsu tournament one day, and then after doing the jiu-jitsu tournament, I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's do MMA again. I got the bug to compete.
Okay, so good. And must be excited about this opponent, Christian Turner, out of American Top Team. Obviously, a lot of hype behind him. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
I think he's a very solid opponent. He's very skilled. I think the matchup's gonna be great, though. I don't want to give too much away right now, but I'm not gonna take it if I thought I would just go in there and get my ass kicked the whole time.
Yeah. No.
So, but definitely, no, he's really skilled, and even moving forward, I look forward to seeing what comes out of him.
Okay. You mentioned camp, and that was part of the reason too why you kind of took a step back. Where are you now? Who are you training with? Take us through training camp leading into this fight.
Okay, yeah. So I'm at Shield Systems in Knoxville, nice. Tennessee. So we've got I think we've got the whole pro card coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
There's me, Alex Riggs, Mike Douglas, and then AJ Johnson.
I literally just talked to him like an hour ago, so that's pretty cool too. You got an NFL linebacker on your card, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, dude, that dude's a monster too. Like, he is such a freak athlete. It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's been going really good. Ben Harrison's the coach. He does an amazing job. I've learned so many new tricks, and then we've got Scott Holtzman in there as well.
That's right.
Working with us and stuff like that. We even had OSP pop in to some practices too for the bigger boys.
Right.
He's a little big for me, but yeah, no, we've had a good camp, man.
How much have you taken away from Scott? I mean, if you look at Scott's record, he's been in there with some of the best in the UFC, and I knew that coaching would be sort of the next step for him after he decided to walk away, because he's just someone that's follows the sport very well. How much of a resource is that in the gym, getting to sort of learn off him?
Oh, it's amazing, man. He is just he's like a walking fight encyclopedia.
Mm-hmm.
So like any questions I have, like he's standing there the whole time watching the sparring, and I swear he wants us to kill each other in the gym.
Yeah.
But any questions I have or anything like that, he's so knowledgeable, and it really is nice to be able to have that resource to be able to use, because like you said, he's experienced and he's been there against a slew of guys. So.
And I know probably learned a lot from John Crouch over at the lab. I know he trained some years over there too, so I'm sure that's brought back into the gym, which is great. I know you've been off for a bit. Sometimes it's harder to cut the weight. It seemed like you're in a great mood. How's the weight cut going out of the fight?
It's going fantastic. I have never had a cut that's been so easy.
Nice.
I've learned a lot of new tricks, and then even in the diet and stuff like that leading up to it, my weight's lower than it has ever been. I used to cut from 85 to 55 in a week.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And now I'm down in the low 70s.
Okay.
Already. So,
good to hear.
So I feel not great. My cardio is good. I kind of went, like, for a while now, even before I was training, I made it a habit to run. So I do these long runs, like you would see like they do in Thailand and stuff, and I have a whole morning routine that I was doing long before fight camp started. So I started camp in shape.
Excellent. So, how long are your runs? Just out of curiosity, how long do they take, and how much distance do you cover?
So usually about 8.5 miles.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nice.
I was doing that. I was doing it 6 days a week, and I do it fasted before breakfast.
Right.
I wake up, 2 cups of coffee and hit the road. But being able to, you can't burn that many calories every day and then also be able to train efficiently at nighttime too. So I got to where I would just do that 3 times a week and then do a shorter run 3 times a week and still have fuel in the tank for training at nighttime.
You mentioned Coach Ben. Who else is going to be in the cage with you for the fight as far as your corner?
I think it's gonna be Ben and Scott in the corner.
Nice.
I talked to my buddy Ben Sargent. I don't know if you know him or not.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in like a week or two, but he said he was coming, so he may be too. But Ben and Scott are who I've been working with and everything like that, and it's been so nice to be able to just lay back and just like kind of like put the training in somebody else's hands and just be a body and do what they say to do.
How's this fight playing out on Saturday? How do you see it unfolding without giving out too much of the game plan?
Yeah. I think, man, I'm prepared for the fight wherever it goes, whether it be striking, grappling. He says he's going to knock me out, but we'll fucking see about that. Cause if you're basing this off my last fight, he's going to be in for a big surprise, but I see it's definitely going to be exciting. And I think that the fans are going to win for this one for sure. But I'm coming to finish. 6 of my 7 wins are finishes. I'm not coming in there to bullshit or you know what I mean, to go fight. They don't pay me enough to fight for 15 minutes. So
right, yeah, no, I get it, I get it. I mean, before you took this break, I mean, you were kind of on that trajectory to like kind of what Trevor had, right? Going obviously getting into the UFC. Is that still the plan, or are you just taking it fight to fight? What's sort of your plans after this? Not looking past Saturday.
Yeah, obviously, that would be great moving forward. I can't lie and say like, oh, well, it's not been a thought in my mind. But right now I have a really game opponent in front of me and I'm just focused on just one fight at a time. And I'm just focused on him because, what happened was they were talking about Contender Series before. So I kind of like overlooked Trevor a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I had been in the gym with him before. And I was like, oh, he's all right, but he's kind of wild. And well, I learned firsthand, he hits hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but yeah, no, this one I'm just taking one at a time. I'm not planning past it. I know I have a very tall mountain to climb ahead of me, but I'm looking forward to the challenge and I'm ready to get it done.
And we're looking forward to it. Is Aries Fight Series 30. I messed it up off the top, but I saved myself here at the end. If you're in the area, definitely go check it out. If not, we got you covered over here at Spectation Sports, streaming the best in MMA. David, it was good talking to you, man. Glad to hear everything's A-okay, and we're looking forward to seeing you get back in there. If there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody, all the fans that have stuck with me for this whole time, even through the layoff. And I still have a bunch of old friends that are going to be coming to support. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank everybody at Shield Systems, from Ben to Scott to Mike to Alex, AJ, my boy Trevor, V, Joey, Tanner, the whole gym. I don't have to name everybody, everybody there. I want to thank I got to thank my girlfriend she's put up with a bunch, dealing with me cutting weight and everything like that. So that's it. And if you want to look me up on social media, you can look me up on Instagram. It's David Robbins MMA.